We have been in Genesis chapter 1. So far, I have argued that there is a God, that he is the creator, and that this means he's very powerful. And it also noted that he claims all rights to everything that he created. Noted that he is good, and that we shouldn't be tempted to believe that the physical is any less important than the spiritual. And I talked a little bit about the fact that we don't have reason to fear science as some people do. I believe that in the end, when all information is known, we will find that there's great reconciliation between what used to be called the natural theology, sciences, and supernatural theology, the Bible. And where these appear to be irreconcilable, we're understanding one of them. So anyway, there's a lot here, so much in Genesis chapter 1 to unpack. I want to just, we end this week, I want to drive home this idea that there is this big pivot that takes place right in verse 1 with the claim that there is a God. So, look, there's only so many options. There is a God, or there's not. And we could then say, well, God could be a different kind of God. There could be more than one gods. And okay, so, but let's make this as simple as we can. Something exists beyond what we can see, or it doesn't. There is a supernatural realm, or there isn't. There is a God, or there isn't. And the implications of this are profound. So we have two big narratives out there. So the Old Testament makes this claim that there is a God, and that he is a creator, and that he's personal, and that he's loving, and that he created us in his image. And so the other story is that there is no God, and that we somehow came together through the random collision of particles and chemicals, and that life evolved, and that we have no transcendent value or meaning outside of our life and what we can enjoy, but it's fleeting. So one story says that we have a creator and we are owned, and that there are requirements and responsibilities, and that God makes the rules and we're not God. The other one says we're on our own, we can do whatever we jolly well want, provided we can get away with it. There is no ultimate accountability, and the one with power can prevail. This story here, this narrative, the Bible, the Hebrew scriptures tell us that we are less than we once were, right? We were made in the image of God, but we are fallen. This one tells us sort of the exact opposite, that we were once, a simple single cell, and that we have evolved, and we're now the temporary pinnacle of the evolutionary process. These are two very different stories, and they lead us to think about ourselves and others in very different ways. So many people try and fill in between these, and there's lots of people that have lots of ideas in between these. But let's recognize the clarity of saying there is a creator God, the Bible is true, or not. And I want to encourage you that I think there's great reasons to believe that this is true, and we'll explore some of those in other settings. But I also believe that there's a sense in which this is true, because I certainly have had that animating sense. And Scripture says that while we can, Paul writes about this in Romans, while we can deny the truth of God, or we suppress it, we actually know that it's there. And I've been in conversations, maybe you have as well, with atheists who are very mad at a God they don't believe in. But I believe they do believe in that God. It's hard. No. So anyway, we're going to keep working our way through these first chapters of Genesis. Have a good day.